In this lecture, we will see different types of leakage in hierarchical clustering. So first is the single leakage. So what is a single linkage? So the distance between two clusters is defined as the shortest distance between 2 points in each cluster. So what happens in single linkage, that is, if we consider the distance between two clusters, so that can be defined as the shortest distance between 2 points in each cluster. So here we can see with the help of arrow the distance between 2 points, minimum distance between 2 points in the two clusters. Okay, so that we can define as L of R comma S, means we have considered two different clusters as R and S. So that's why linkage of R and S is equals to minimum distance between the points of that two clusters. Okay, so what happened in complete linkage then? So in complete linkage, we are considering the distance to find out the distance between two clusters. We are considering the longest distance between 2 points in each cluster. So here only the difference is maximum we are considering. So average linkage, so here for computing the distance between two clusters, we are considering the average between each point in one cluster to every point in other cluster. So for example, the distance between these two clusters, that is R and S, will be shown with the help of arrows to the average length in each arrow between connecting the points of one cluster to the other. And here the formula for calculating that average, that is nothing but 1 divided by NR and S. What is the meaning of NR? That is the number of points in R cluster and number of points in S cluster. So likewise. Now Watts linkage. So what happened in Watts linkage? All clusters are considered and the algorithm computes the sum of square distance within the clusters and merges them to minimize it. So it will find out, the algorithm find out the square distance within the cluster and then merge it to minimize the clusters. From a statistical viewpoint, the process of agglomerative leads to the reduction in variance of each resulting cluster. So means if we consider what happened in agglomerative, we are considering the radius, or we are considering the midpoint, right? So center we can consider. So according to that, we are just reducing or increasing the number of clusters and we are dividing it. So likewise approach here can be used. Next is the dendrograms. So to better understand the agglomerative process, it's useful to introduce a graphical method called the dendrogram. Okay, so which shows in a static way how the aggregation are performed. Starting from what happened in the dendrogram or the agglomerative process, it will start at the bottom and it will go to the top, right? So unfortunately this scikit-learn doesn't support this, so that's why we are using SciPy, which is a mandatory requirement for this, so which provides some useful built-in function. So let's start by creating the dummy dataset. So using this sklearn datasets, we are creating the dummy dataset with 25 samples only. And two features we are considering: 3 clusters and their radius. Okay. So to avoid excessive complexity in the resulting plot, the number of sample has been kept very low. So in the following figure, there is a representation of this data set. So here we have considered 25 samples and 3 clusters. So that's why it is divided into 3 different clusters. So means to get the idea in better way, we are considering less number of samples. Okay. Now we can compute the dendrogram. So how we can compute? So first we have to find out or compute the distance metric to compute the dendrogram, right? So that can be done by this, that is scipy that dot spatial dot distance import p distance. So x distance is equals to b distance, x metric Euclidean. Using the Euclidean distance matrix, we are calculating the distance matrix. So we have chosen a Euclidean metric which is the most suitable in this case. So at this point it's necessary to decide which linkage we want. So we are using the WOD. Okay. So here we are giving the which type of linkage. Okay. Now it's possible to create a visualized dendrogram. Now directly we are creating now the dendrogram because we are having the linkage type, we are having the distance metric, and we are having the samples. So here we have created the dendrograms with 3 clusters. So in the x-axis there are the samples, and while on the y-axis represents the distance. So every connected two clusters that are merged together by the algorithm. So that can be shown over here. For example, 23 and 24 are single elements merged together. So here last one. These are the single element which are merged together. The element 13 is then aggregated to the resulting cluster, and so the process continues. So likewise the process gets continued. As you can see, if we decide to cut the graph at the distance of 10, we get two separate clusters. So if we decide to cut it at the distance of 10, here on y-axis you can see the distance of 10. Okay, so we get the two clusters. The first one from 15 to 24 and other from 0 to 20. 0 to 20 and 15 to 21. Okay. So looking at the previous dataset plot, all points with y is less than 10 are considered to be the part of first cluster, while the others belongs to the second cluster. So if we increase the distance, the linkage between very aggressive. Particularly in this example with only a few samples and with the values greater than 27, only one cluster is generated. So how it is agglomerative clustering in scikit-learn, it is to be implemented, that is shown over here. Okay, with 8 number of clusters it will be shown like this, with 3 number of clusters it will be seen like this, and it can be if we consider the average linkage, it can be seen like this. If we consider the WOD linkage, it can be seen like this. So by considering the various linkage type, it will be implemented on the scikit-learn. Okay, so this is all about how the linkage is useful in hierarchical clustering and how it can be implemented.